In lesson 4.9, think about it, we're going to be finding the perimeter of rectangles. So I have a rectangle up here. There are 2 widths and 2 lengths. So to find the perimeter, I have to find 2 widths and 2 lengths. Now, the length of a rectangle is twice the sum of 1/2 of the width. I don't know what my width is or the length, but the width ends up becoming my variable, which is x. So I'm going to write the width is x. Now the length, it says it's twice the sum of 1/2 the width, so 1/2 my width, which is x, plus 5. So it's 1/2 the width plus 5, and it's twice that. So these equations become quite complicated, and just because there's a lot of parts to it, so you really have to read each word and kind of write it out as you do it. And once you do that, once you actually create the equation, then you follow it step by step. So I think when it says write an equation to find the perimeter, I think this is the hardest part, because we start off with 2 widths and 2 lengths. So 2 widths, if widths is x, then I have 2 x's. And then I have the statement for what length is down here, the expression. So, and I have 2 of them. So I have 2 times my expression for the length. And all of that is equal to 100 centimeters. I could even put centimeters. So now I need to just expand it and solve. I'm going to have 2x. I'm going to start with inside the parentheses. I'm going to keep this 2. I'm going to keep the first 2. Go 2 times 1/2 using the distributive property. 2 times 1/2 is 1. So I'm going to have x. And then 2 times 5 is 10. This equals 100. So I have this 2x plus 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 10 is 20. And this equals 100. Now I combine like terms, 2x and 2x. So I have 4x plus 20 equals 100. Now I use the inverse, subtract 20 on this side, subtract 20 on this side. So I have 4x is equal to 80. I divide both sides by 4, and I will have x is equal to 20. 80 divided by 4 is 20. And the 4's cross off, so I'm just left with x. So next it says, find the length and width of the rectangle. Well, if my width is just x, then my width is equal to 20. And my length is twice half the width plus 5. I replace x with 20. So half of 20 plus 5. So half of 20 is 10 plus 5, and it's going to be twice this. So 10 plus 5 is 15. 2 times 5 is 30. So the length is 20 centimeters. Now, this is also a very difficult part where you kind of have to go through all of the steps, again, just because there are so many parts to it, just to get 30. Now, I can test my answer out of my rectangle. If I say that the width is 20 and 20, my length is 30 and 30. When I add up all 4 sides, 20 plus 20, 20 plus 30 is 50, and 20 plus 30 is 50. 50 plus 50 is 100 centimeters. So I just did my check. Now, to be clear, it says write an equation. My equation is up here. The 2x plus 2 is actually up here. 2x plus 2 1/2 x plus 5 is 100 centimeters. And then this the second one is simplified.